On the day I planned to hand over the company to my son and daughter-in-law, a brazen woman stormed into my office. She barged in with arrogance and immediately started spewing nonsense, even mistaking me for the daughter-in-law. With her chin held high, she looked at me with disdain and mocked me, saying that at my age I should stop clinging to a man, especially since I couldn't bear children. My driver tried to explain my identity, but I stopped him with a single glance. Then she proudly declared that she was carrying the heir to our family, and even claimed that if not for me repaying a favor years ago, my son would never have married his current wife. The most ridiculous part, she demanded I move out of the mansion within 3 days and give her my place. I said nothing, just watched her calmly, but in my heart, I had already sworn she would never succeed, and I would never let my kind daughter-in-law suffer. In the car, the driver asked why I didn't expose her. I replied coldly, "A son who can't protect his own household doesn't deserve to inherit my company." Then I pulled out the ownership transfer papers and ripped them to shreds on the spot. That same night, my useless son came home furious, threw a pregnancy report in my face, and declared he was getting a divorce to marry that woman. My hands trembled with rage. I raised my hand and gave him the beating he deserved. He knelt and begged for forgiveness, saying the child was our family's bloodline. I sneered and slapped him again, telling him that if he dared see that woman again, I'd cut off every cent he had, because I knew, without me, he was nothing. He promised quickly, but the next moment, he took the limited edition designer bag I had prepared for my daughter-in-law and gave it to that scheming woman. That was the last straw. I ordered the servants to confiscate every bag and piece of jewelry she had. My son flew into a rage, yelled at me, said it was just a gift and I was overreacting, said he was my own son. I stared at him coldly, because my daughter-in-law worked day and night for this family, while he betrayed his marriage and even created an illegitimate child. So I declared right then that he would not get a single cent from me. I told him to return every item on my list within a day, or I'd call the police. That night, that woman came back storming into the house, threw expensive jewelry on the floor, and cursed me shamelessly, told me to get out of the house. I pretended to be my daughter-in-law, and replied calmly, "I'm not going anywhere." She didn't expect me to be so calm, so she threw herself on the floor, screaming that I hit her. Just then, my foolish son came running home. Without even asking questions, he accused me of being cruel, arrogant as ever, thinking he was still the only heir, but he didn't know. He was born infertile. My daughter-in-law and I had kept it a secret, only to protect his pride. But now, seeing him like this, I was done. I called my secretary, told her to notify every shareholder that we were holding an emergency board meeting. I would strip my son of every position he held. The next morning, the woman rushed to the company in panic, begging me with tears, saying she and my son were truly in love and that she was carrying his child. She thought I'd be moved, but when I turned around, her face went pale. She pointed at me and cursed, said I had no right to sit as chairwoman. I stared at her coldly, still silent. She tried to argue, but then my assistant rushed in, and the words she said next made the woman go completely pale.